to a terrible football show. I turned that down way too fast. Either way, we're here. Terrible football show. This is episode 11. I'm Alex Light with Sparky3. Hopefully you're having an incredible day today, whatever day you are listening to this podcast, or perhaps watching the non-video version on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Sparky3. Give us a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, be a friend, tell a friend that you are watching and listening. We'd greatly appreciate that. Joining with me, as always, I got Tyler and Shane here in studio. Boys, how you feeling today?
Not hungry.
Not hungry? Yeah.
Not hungry.
Yeah, made sure to eat first before we got into here. I have not, but I'm not really that hungry right now. But let's not talk about food, because that could very well change for me.
Well, Thanksgiving's over, so you're
going on a spiral real quick.
Yeah. Let's not do that. We actually got a lot to talk about today, boys, because there's a lot of shit happening in college football that we need to address between all of the coaching hires, a couple transfer portals. Lots of stuff happening. It's a big week right now for college football. Going to also be recapping Week 12 of the NFL, Week 13 of college, and FCS Playoffs Round 1. Looking ahead, we got Week 13 of the NFL, Week 14 of college, which is, of course, conference championships, and then predicting round 2 of the FCS Playoffs. And then we do have our spreads. Sharp picks with Shane. That is going to be a normal thing, so he's got some spreads for us. Going to be calling here in a little bit. If you could, go follow us on Twitter at TerribleFB Show. We'd greatly appreciate that. And if you go over to at TerribleFB Show, you'll notice that we do have our college bowl pick link thing for ESPN that Tyler made. Shout out to Tyler. Yeah. And you can come compete against us. There may or may not be a prize. I'd probably say probably not, knowing us. But you never know. We could, our opinion, our minds could change on that.
Could surprise you.
It happens.
It does.
I just throw y'all one of them.
Yeah. Go ahead and sign up for that so you can get your ass beat by me. I'm going to go perfect. I'm going to win every single bowl game. 100% perfect picks. Just watch. So go ahead and sign up and get your ass beat. You'll have a fun time. And you can also go check out other shows like Lighthearted Gamers, Anime Plus, and Talking About Movies and Stuff, which does have a new episode coming out soon. Talking About Movies and Stuff will have a new episode soon.
About what?
John and I are going to be talking about the Spidey news that just came out. And we'll also be talking about the first 3 episodes of Hawkeye. And then we're probably going to do another episode talking about whatever John's been watching. And I'm going to talk about Tick, Tick, Boom. Because Tick, Tick, Boom is a very good movie that I recommend people to watch over at Netflix.
I may have to guest star on that.
Tick, Tick, Boom?
No, I may have to guest star on that show if you will have me.
Yeah. Hey, talking about movies and stuff, there is no host. Anyone that wants to come on.
we can throw our favorite movie list out there, we can talk about it.
Yeah. I meant to do a Halloween ranking, and I just didn't do it.
If I'd have got you that little poster a little bit sooner,
Yeah,
it's been perfect time,
You can, if you want to support us for the Patreon, is a great way to do so. Don't feel obligated, though. Just be a friend, tell a friend that you're watching and listening. Shout out to Andy, our Tier 4 patron. All right, boys. So we do have a lot to talk about. So let's just go ahead and pass on the open mic time, and let's just go ahead and jump into things right now. We'll jump into how we did last week. I had a terrible week in the NFL, probably my worst week that I've had. I went 5-10. It's bringing me to a 104-75-1 overall. But I did have my best week in college with 14-1. My one loss was Ohio State. That brings me to a 72-47 overall. And then for the FCS Playoffs Round 1, I went 5-3. Tyler, you went 9-6 in the NFL, bringing you to a 101-78-1. College, you went 8-7, bringing you to a 57-62 overall. And for the FCS Playoffs Round 1, you went 4-4. Shane, you had a terrible week in the NFL. I'm sorry.
Terrible.
You went
absolutely terrible.
You went 3-12. Bringing you to an 11-19 overall. For college, you went 8-8, and that's only because that Fresno-San Jose State game you called like 2 weeks ago just got played. So I did count that for you.
On Thanksgiving Day.
Yep.
Damn.
For college overall, it's 17-13, and then for the FCS Playoffs Round 1, you went 6-2. For the spreads, I went 7-5. Shane, you went 7-5. Tyler.
What's up?
Well, the Chad Morris went 2-10, my
guy.
You don't need to bet, man.
I'm blaming Zach.
You don't need to bet.
I'm blaming Zach.
You don't need to bet.
I'm blaming Zach.
You went 2-10.
I'm blaming Zach.
You went 2-10.
I seen Zach last week, so that's
man.
It's Zach.
Man, that's rough.
Better prepared this week though.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Probably not.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into it, boys. So we did have 4 different coaching hires at the college ranks that are all pretty notable. 2 of them more than the others, in my opinion. So we'll get the two less notables, in my opinion, out of the way. So first is Sonny Dykes going to TCU, him coming from SMU. Well, that's a great hire for TCU, yeah. Again, you look at some of the other hires we had, these are some big deals. Billy Napier, that he's going over to Florida, not LSU. But that's also because who they got coming to LSU, boy, Brian Kelly.
Big time
Brian coming to LSU. That's a pretty big hire. But the one that really shocked everyone was Lincoln Riley going over to USC.
He wasn't lying, though.
You're right.
I'm not going to be the LSU coach. You're right, motherfucker.
He was right.
You're on the Southern Cal.
Yeah, which, is kind of it's a very interesting hire because the man has zero ties to Cali. You look at where he was born, where he even played college football at Texas Tech, his ties through the coaching ranks, zero ties with anything on the West Coast. Zero.
You know what it is?
It's two things. Number one, it's money. He's getting a lot of money. And number two, he doesn't have to go to the SEC. That's the two reasons. I feel like if Oklahoma would have stayed in the Big 12, I feel like he probably would have still beat Oklahoma coach, maybe, besides money.
Yeah.
But them going to the SEC, I feel like that's him openly admitting that he acknowledges that in a few years, Oklahoma's going to potentially be irrelevant in the SEC. I saw one person compare it as they'll basically be like a red Tennessee.
Yeah.
Like that's basically how people compared it to. When it comes to these hires, how you boys feeling about it? Do you think, with like the Lincoln Riley hire, do you think I feel like that's a splash hire for USC because that's what we've talked about before. When it comes to USC, they needed that superstar hire because like when Pete Carroll was there, that place was like a constant party. Bunch of great recruits coming in and stuff. He built that program to be like this huge, like almost party-esque environment, and they haven't had that. You guys feel like Lincoln Riley is going to bring that sort of vibe to the Trojans to kind of get recruiting back on track? Because we've already seen the effect of what's now happening to Oklahoma. They lost the number 2 ranked overall player and 2 ranked overall QB of the 2023 class. They've now lost the number 1 ranked wide receiver and the number 5th ranked running back of the 2023 class. Oklahoma did.
Shit.
So how are you guys feeling towards some of these hires?
For USC, I love the hire.
Yeah.
Now, again, other than money, I don't really see his motivation to move over there. But hey, money talks.
Money does talk. That's true.
Now, as far as LSU hiring Brian Kelly, I like the hire. But what is one thing that we've known Notre Dame for the last 10 years? They get to the big game and they can't win it.
Yep.
Yeah.
LSU
overrated as hell.
LSU will not retain him by doing that.
That's true.
If he doesn't win and get over these humps very quickly, I don't see him lasting 2 years, 3 years, and he's out.
Damn.
That's tough. I would think like if that was the case where. I don't know. It also, I guess it does depend on how much patience they have. LSU probably doesn't have as much patience as, let's say, Michigan, who Jim Harbaugh has not gotten over the hump until potentially this year. We'll talk about that here in a little bit too.
Yeah.
But it depends on how much patience LSU has. So what you're saying is very, very possible. Because, them being in the SEC, the most dominant conference in college, just coming off a championship win a few years ago, they kind of want to get back to it as soon as possible.
And honestly, from a Brian Kelly standpoint, you're potentially leaving a team that could possibly, depending on how championship games turn out, in my opinion, could very well be in the playoff.
Yeah.
For a rebuild where I think LSU fans are not going to go easy on him, and they're not going to give him a long leash like they think they are.
A long leash like Notre Dame gave him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, and I was listening to 103.7 The Buzz, which is Arkansas Sports Radio. If you're not from Arkansas listening to the show, a caller called in and said that he is now the best coach in the SEC. Over Nick Saban, who is 2-0 on him, and not even close to even beating Nick Saban.
No.
I strongly disagree with that. Nick Saban has wiped the floor with Brian Kelly.
He must have thought Nick Saban went to Notre Dame or something.
I guess.
Yeah.
Damn.
What's your boys' thoughts on Florida's hire with Billy Napier from Louisiana? Tyler, that was one of your picks for going to LSU.
Well, that lets me know LSU told him they're going to get Kelly. Because I feel like LSU was his number 1 spot. And now he's in Florida, I guess. I don't know.
I agree. I think that may have been Florida's number 1 choice, other than somebody like Lincoln Riley or somebody. Yeah. But I think what Tyler just said is right. I think he probably came calling, and once they got in talks with Brian, they're like, "No, we're gonna go a different way."
Yeah. I mean, this is his first Power 5 job, so
True.
might as well go to a team that's kind of rebuilding, but also has a background.
And honestly, out of the new coach hires, out of the major coach hires, I mean, yeah, TCU getting
Sonny Dykes.
Sonny Dykes is a good hire, but he's going to have a lot of leniency. But I think Billy, out of the top three, out of the Oklahoma, LSU, and Florida hire, I think Billy Napier is going to have the biggest leash.
We're not going to talk about Brent Pry,
Where's he going?
Virginia Tech, defensive coach. Solid. I mean, he's been with James for 9 years, so pretty decent defense up there in Penn State and Vandy. Under
there was some rumors there for a little bit where the Beamer over at South Carolina was going to potentially go to Virginia Tech, but then he was just like, I'm kind of happy being a Gamecock.
Yeah, yeah, that's tough. Did you see? What's the dude's name? Rich Rod. You see where he went?
No, I didn't even know the dude was still coaching. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Jacksonville State.
Damn, they're coming up to FBS though, aren't they?
That's
Yeah, I'm
Jackson
pretty sure.
State. I thought Jackson State is. Where am I?
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville State out of Florida.
Are they the Gamecocks too?
No, I don't even know what Jackson State is.
I don't know.
Jacksonville State. Jackson State's Tigers.
Oh,
Yeah, I think Jacksonville State is.
Gamecocks.
I think so. That's out of Florida, right? We're talking about Jacksonville, the city, and
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's them.
Waddles, I thinking they were in Alabama.
Also, I haven't really heard a lot of people talk about it,
Fact
but
check it, please.
Bob Stoops coaching as an interim coach for Oklahoma for the bowl game.
See, that's super interesting to me because my mindset is on this. If Oklahoma completely just dominates their bowl game and plays phenomenally in every way possible,
Do they offer Bob Stoops a massive contract to come coach them?
and will he take it? You know, like if he sits there and he's like, damn, this freshman Caleb's actually pretty good.
Alabama.
Okay, well, whatever.
I knew it.
Well, we're talking about two different Jacksonville States then.
No, these are the red and black. Red and black. Gamecocks.
No.
You know I talk about this one? Who are you talking about?
There's a Jacksonville State in Florida as well.
Florida. No, there's not, Doc.
Well,
I'm on your side, Alex. I thought there was too.
I thought there was because I
No,
thought
they beat Florida State this year. That's probably why you're thinking of Florida.
Well, no, I thought there was a Jacksonville State in Florida because I thought
The city of Jacksonville.
our
That's what I thought,
tier
too.
1 patron Andy, his wife, I'm pretty sure went there.
Jacksonville State.
Yes, in Florida. I could be wrong, but I thought she went there. Anyway,
All
back
right.
on topic of Oklahoma though. See that's going to be the big question. I feel like if Oklahoma completely dominates, like, will they potentially just offer Bob Stoops the job? Especially, and it's the other side of things. Will Bob take it? Will he be willing to come back to college ranks? Because that, being a college head coach, man, especially for a prominent program, that's pretty much an all-year job. Like, it is, because you have two different seasons. You have recruiting season and you have the normal season.
Well, you got to think outside of him coaching that one minor league team,
The Dallas Renegades.
the Dallas Renegades. He's been part of Oklahoma's program this entire time.
Yeah.
So I don't know what his exact role was, but he's been with that entire program this entire time.
Tyler's laughing.
There's a Jacksonville University, not Jacksonville State.
Okay, well, close enough.
That's what it is.
That's what it was. That's what
Yeah.
it was. Tyler, what's your thoughts on Bob Stoops?
He's going back to Oklahoma.
Flat out, plain and simple.
Going back. Why would you come to coach a ball game if you have no intention of staying?
Well, the way I see it is, like I said earlier, he's been part of that program, and he's like, okay, well, I'll help out while y'all go try to find somebody else. But
Like I said, if they dominate, different stories.
Because you got to think he's been around all these players this entire time, and he's part of their athletic program. Like I said, I don't know what his actual role is there, but I mean, he's been around the players the entire time.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much his offense, anyways.
Yeah, easy fit, right?
Yeah.
If it wasn't going to be him, I would say same names like Matt Campbell would be a possibility. Luke Fickle could be a possibility. I think Josh Heupel, who just finished his first year at Tennessee, I think he could be a possibility.
That was a strong one right there.
Yeah, there was for a brief minute, people potentially saying Alex Grinch, the DC at Oklahoma, but no, he's actually going with Lincoln. He's going to be the USC DC.
Damn.
So much for that one.
Now, there was a thing I was listening to ESPN radio, and they're saying that Oklahoma's, if Bob Stoops does not take a contract, if they offer it, their number one is going to go after. They're going to send all the money Brett Venables' way.
Yeah. I just don't see him going. I don't know, though. That's just me.
I mean, if it's a year to leave, it's this year.
Yeah.
I mean,
But-
Clemson's not on top.
Clemson stinks, yeah.
But, I mean, you just riding this coast,
You are.
Eventually,
you are riding something,
Clemson is yours. Eventually.
Because
Like that.
yeah, speaking of that, I do agree. Because I think if Nick Saban ever quits, Dabo's
Dabo's
going to Alabama.
Yeah, 100%. That's the job Dabo's waiting for, is Bama.
So why ruin your future going to Oklahoma and then let's say you're a bust?
Kind of like Josh McDaniels with the Colts. He said hell nah on them real quick. I mean, he's lined up to be the Patriots head coach at some point here in the near future.
At some point,
And at some point, yeah.
I don't know. That's just me though. Like some coaches are better as coordinators.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Legendary Dick LeBeau.
I was about to say the GOAT, Chad Morris.
Shut the fuck up.
No, hey, have y'all looked up his high school team?
Yeah.
Have you seen their fucking stadium?
No, I haven't seen the stadium, but
Have you seen this fucking
I saw that they actually had a pretty good season. Like something they only had 2 losses this past year.
bro?
But their 2 losses were to teams that they haven't lost to in 20 years.
Oof.
Hey, bro, look at this, dude. You want to talk about a monster stadium?
Yeah, I mean their stadium makes
$60 million, bro.
Damn.
Look
For a
at
high
that.
school?
yeah.
That looks better than some Sunbelt schools,
That does. That looks better than some colleges.
bro. Hey, that is
looks
that-
better than War Memorial.
Yeah.
That's up there, like.
Yeah. That's better than a lot of FBS schools, dude.
But
So
you ever drive through Texas, like Frisco, Allen,
They take high school football
Tyler,
serious.
Texas, like all those Texas schools are massive.
Man's got a second deck. At a high school stadium, man, a second deck.
Texas takes high school football serious. Yeah,
Dude.
they take football serious in general.
They don't really win anything, but they
No,
take
yeah,
it serious.
True. No, that's better than some FBS schools because I know, let's say Hawaii, for example, they're playing in a little shitty ass complex right now.
Yeah, I mean Hawaii's really notable though.
Yeah.
I love their stadium.
Yeah,
Or was it their old stadium?
Well, they're going back to it. They're
The
just,
Pro Bowl.
Yeah, they're the Loa Stadium. Yeah, they're going back to it. It's just the complex that they're at right now. They're going to be using for the next couple of years.
Yeah.
I think they said 3 to 4 years while they're doing a bunch of maintenance over at the other stadium that needs done. So they're going back to the big stadium because the current complex they're at, it's tiny, man.
What's the worst football stadium you've ever seen?
It's tough.
Like in
Let's
general,
not count Idaho. Okay, let's not count.
come
Idaho.
on.
That's too easy, bro.
Oh, come on.
That one is too easy. What's the worst one you've ever seen? I guess I'm just gonna bring it back to college football days. So I'm gonna let y'all college football 14
Oh, okay.
when you just be picking a random ass team.
Yeah.
Florida Atlantic was pretty fucking rough.
Yeah. Florida Atlantic's rough. Yeah. FIU as well. Both those not too great.
Yeah, FIU was.
FIU's rough.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then let's see. There's a team in the MAC that has a terrible ass. Damn, who was it? Was it Bowling Green?
Probably.
I gotta look them back up.
Well, what about Notre Dame coaching hires? Who do you guys think are some potential candidates on that one? Because I got to say, even with all the controversy that's been around, I legitimately think Urban Meyer's a candidate. I really do. I know Urban, Notre Dame is one of his dream jobs. So I feel like Urban's going to make some calls.
I do agree, but I don't exactly know how Catholic he acts.
That's fair. See, with Notre Dame and with how they are, man, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It depends on how much Notre Dame wants a head coach, that's got a winning history like he does. It depends on how much they want to try to get over the hump and actually try to win a championship.
Yeah. So I'm on the Luke Fickell train.
Luke Fickell or Matt
That's-
Campbell.
I see that.
Yeah, Luke Fickell is 1, 2, and 3 in the top 5.
I mean, I would agree.
I just don't know why either one of them would leave right now unless it was money. If money talks, but I mean they're both in such great positions.
Well, this year, yeah.
They're both Matt Campbell currently already in the Big 12
Yep.
with Oklahoma leaving it as well as Texas. Cincinnati, a program that Luke Fickell has helped build into a pretty good school. Going over into the Big 12 where they can actually get some more relevance. again, with Oklahoma gone, like I feel like you're in such a prime position to potentially run a Power 5 conference. Kind of like what Lincoln's thinking over in the Pac-12, because the Pac-12 stinks. You got one school that's worth a damn in Oregon. That's it.
Not even Utah.
Utah's okay. Let's pump the brakes. I know they beat Oregon, but let's pump the brakes. Year to year, Utah's okay.
They're relevant though.
Somewhat.
They're not Oregon State.
They're only notable. They're only notable each year because each year they beat Oregon. It seems like.
Yeah, that's it basically.
Right, you got to ride that wave, man.
Now it'll be interesting to see what happens with the Notre Dame job, because I feel like Oklahoma. I right now I really, as we're saying, I feel like Bob Stoops is potentially the guy.
Yeah,
I really do. I feel like he's going to be potentially. It depends on how well they do in the bowl game.
Yeah. And frankly, I would love to see it.
I would too.
I would love to see him come back and coach for Oklahoma
and watch him just blow shit out of the
and
water.
See, and what makes it more interesting, after championships weekend, in that time period in between championship weekend and bowl games, in those weeks separating those two, the College Football Committee and the NCAA are voting on to push the playoff, the 12-team playoff.
Yep.
And the conference moves to next year instead of 2025.
That'd be huge.
So, I mean, we could, if he does come back, we could see Oklahoma and Texas in the SEC next year, to where we could possibly see a Mark Stoops and Bob Stoops rivalry with Kentucky and Oklahoma.
True.
See,
that'd be interesting.
See, I could see him come back because they have a true freshman quarterback.
Yeah, with Caleb, who is potentially going to be one of the faces of college football, something that we have obviously lacked. I really think Caleb has the potential to be a face of college football.
I think he does too, just like Kyler and Baker.
Yeah.
And I think that's one reason why Lincoln's gone, so he don't have to make that decision. Because I've seen reports where he didn't even buy into Caleb. He just really wanted Rattler to play. So,
yeah, I do too. And I think but see, the thing is, what's going to hurt him, though, is he lost that number 2 recruit for 2023. Yep. So what? He's gonna get Rattler to go USC with him for a year, and then that guy's gonna.
He's gonna get that other guy.
No, because on the recruiting, his crystal ball, all 3 of those players that Oklahoma lost, all their crystal ball says USC now.
Yeah, that's true.
Every single one of them.
Now Nelson was the quarterback.
Now the running back, Arkansas contacted him yesterday, but his crystal ball still says USC.
Yeah,
I don't think Spencer's going to USC. I really don't.
I think it's if I had to guess, Arizona State or TCU.
Arizona State was one of the picks that I was thinking. Shit, no, he ain't going to Arizona. Not with how bad they are, but Arizona State's a possibility.
Arizona State brought back Herm Edwards, so.
Wow, I didn't see that.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, he's like, as long as I can walk up and down the stairs, I'm going to be the coach.
I do think TCU is a possibility. I even think Ole Miss is a possibility with Matt Corral going to the pros.
Yeah. See, I was thinking
depending on what Sam does, which at this point I think Sam should stay another year in college, in my opinion. Spencer could potentially go to North Carolina and play for Mac.
Yeah.
But it depends on what Sam does. But I think Ole Miss is a legitimate possibility with Matt leaving. I think TCU is a good chance. I think Arizona's got a good chance.
Honestly, I would put it down to 3 schools: USC, Arizona State, TCU.
Okay.
And honestly, I'd put Arizona State and TCU a tad lower than USC.
Ooh, hey, what about Cincinnati? Because Desmond's a senior.
That's true.
What about Ooh, that could be something to consider.
What about Dylan Gabriel at Ole Miss?
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel announced that he is transferring from UCF. He broke his collarbone like week 3. His backup, Mikey Keene, I believe is his name. He played decently. 16 TDs, 6 INTs. He played pretty well for what he had to come in and do under Gus Malzahn's offense there. But it will be interesting to see where Dylan Gabriel went. Of course, his superior before him, Mackenzie Milton, went down to, unfortunately, Florida State.
Yep, Florida State.
I don't know where Dylan will go.
Josh was his coach there, and now he's at Tennessee. So
yeah, true.
Let the dude stay at Tennessee.
I think Gabriel's best bet is to go to Ole Miss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Ole Miss gonna be looking. Like even Miles Brennan's, he's transferring. So
yeah.
And honestly, really, once you think of it, name a quarterback that Lane Kiffin's recruited and brought up to actually be something.
Crickets.
I mean, every good quarterback Lane Kiffin's ever had to come through some kind of transfer.
Yeah.
Or another coach like Matt Corral.
What about old Brock Purdy's brother? He's a redshirt freshman at Florida State, Chuba.
Hmm.
He's not gonna go to Iowa State. He already told him. I don't know where he would go.
Is he transferring?
Yep.
I didn't see.
He's from Arizona. So
okay. Arizona State. No one wants to go to Arizona right now.
Well, he's at Florida State now.
Mm-hmm.
So Arizona might actually be a bump up for him.
Who is Arizona's coach?
It's
not Rich Rodriguez anymore.
No, Rich Rod just got a job.
Where do you go?
Jacksonville State, dog.
Yeah, we were just.
Oh, we were just.
Yeah,
okay. Shows how much I pay attention.
Yeah.
Where the Wildcats? Fuck.
Yeah.
Man.
One of the worst teams in college football this past season. Like bottom, they're bottom 10.
So like with Arkansas State.
Yeah, with Arkansas State.
Jed Fish.
Jed Fish.
With a C.
What a name. What a name.
Damn.
No, I'll be looking forward to seeing where Dylan goes. I'm only interested to see where Spencer's going to go, just because it's a notable name. You know,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
Preseason Heisman favorite, preseason #1 overall pick favorite. How much we've fallen in that capacity, but Dylan, I'm actually a fan of. You know, I've liked Dylan at UCF, so I'll be interested to see where he goes. Ole Miss, I think, is a possibility. I think you're right there, because you're right. Lane has never really developed a guy. So Ole Miss is a possibility. As a fan, my pipe dream is it'd be great to see him come home and come play for the Warriors over in Hawaii. But I know that's not going to happen because the Warriors stink. But who knows, man? He might be like, "Hey, Todd, what's up? What's up, Todd Graham? I'll come play for you." The chances of that are 1%. So I have my pipe dream that I'm going to hold on to, especially since when I looked at their recruiting yesterday, Hawaii only has 4 commits. So I'm like, that's cool. That's awesome. Love that. All right. Anyway, let's hop over. Let's talk about. I'll put this on the script for Shane here. Let's talk about Arkansas a little bit. You know, they had a trophy sweep, man. The Golden Boot, the Battle Line Trophy, and then what was the Southwest Classic?
Southwest Classic, yeah.
You know, how are you feeling right now with the current state of Arkansas with Sam Pittman as the coach? You know, how are you feeling with the current state of where the Razorbacks going? Do you think they're in a better position right now than where they were at with maybe where Bobby Petrino was the coach? I understand Bobby got him at number 3 in the nation. I get that. But I'm talking about with where Arkansas has the potential to go. Do you think they're in a better state now than they were before?
I don't know. I can't say that until we get there. Because right now, even what Bobby Petrino did as far as a motorcycle accident, I still think, that was prime time for me because I was in high school, and I remember growing up and people always dogged me for being a Razorback fan because we weren't ever in anything except for with DMAC. And then Bobby Petrino comes along, and in 3 short years, we're number 3 in the country and had
talked about
national championship aspirations.
Mm-hmm.
That's another reason why I think John L. Smith is the worst coach ever in history, because we were preseason top 5 heading into that year with national championship talent, and we go 4-8.
that man just wanted you to smile.
He just wanted you to smile.
He just wanted you to smile, man.
Like you
Have
talk,
fun.
like that's like Nick Saban leaving, somebody coming in there with the same players and going 4-8.
True.
It's possible.
Like, that is horrific. But to answer your question, I really like what Sam Pittman's done. I will admit I was a person to kind of question the hire.
I think a lot of people did.
Just because we were so bad for so many years with Chad Morris, and we were okay with Brett Bielema and so on and so forth. And then to bring in somebody that's unproven, I was like, okay, well, this is going to be another guy. He's going to go 6-6. When we throw money at him, he's going to go 4-8. He's going to get fired next year, and he's going to move on. But in his press conference, in his introductory press conference, when he was crying and saying, that this is the job that he wanted, that it may hurt him with money, but this is going to be his last job and stuff, I knew it'd be kind of like a Houston Nut kind of mix in, because Houston Nutt may have not been the best coach, but his players would literally die for him.
Run through walls,
run through anything. They would play their hearts out for him.
Where's a wall for me to run through?
And with a place like Arkansas, when you potentially are the big name team here in the state, you got to have that. And
you're going to get the whole state want to run through a wall for you.
Exactly. And, we're going to hype you up. We're going to overhype you when you do good, and we're going to dog you when you do mediocre.
That's so true.
But old Chad knows that.
Yeah. And then especially with the state wherein you have to be a great people person in order to recruit, because I think to succeed in Arkansas, you have to recruit all of Arkansas's talent that we do have, and then you have to attack the surrounding areas like your Oklahoma, your Tennessee, your Texas, your Louisiana, Florida. You have to go and attack those states because even if we don't get the 3s and 4 stars from there, but if we can get the 3 2-star talents from those areas and bring them to Arkansas and grow them, develop them, that's when Arkansas is the best.
Or get them kids that it's their dream to go to Arkansas. So they're just going to show out like a bumper pool.
Yep. And that's what that's what I talked about with the Arkansas in-state talent that we do have. I mean, we're not going to be this major. We're not a Texas. We're not a Louisiana that has all this talent pool.
A pipeline.
But exactly. But
we do got some solid.
But we do have players like, especially like players at Greenbrier, Greenwood, Warren. I mean, there's a whole list of players that came out of Arkansas from those towns that are great. I mean, you got Springdale, Fayetteville. We do have talent, but you got to be sure that we secure that talent.
Right.
And that's what Sam Pittman's doing and is continuing doing. I mean, we just flopped a 4 or 5-star receiver. Isaiah Stagna, I think is his name. He went to school at Fayetteville. He was committed to Oregon, and we flipped him back to Arkansas. So, and that put us in the top 15 for recruiting class this year. So, I'm excited for it. I'm all for it. I'm a Sam Pittman fan, and I'll always be a fan of him.
And everything that you're saying, man, it rings true for so many schools. Because, like, if you can't, at the very least, secure the area around you, man, that's going to be tough. Because I understand it's a lot larger area and a great pipeline, but a good example is Miami. Because I remember seeing a statistic, watching, like, that Alabama, like, playoff game a year or two ago. It showed, like, all 4 of their DBs. Like, here's the starting DBs. Like, 3 of them from Miami. And they were all, like, 5-star recruits. So, like, Miami, as a legendary school that Miami is, they can't let these guys get away like that. They just can't. You got to recruit in your area, and it goes for other colleges as well. I mean, you have to be able to conquer your area. If you can't, what are you going to be able to do to succeed?
Yeah, the challenges for teams like Arkansas, Missouri, Tennessee, stuff like that, you've got to keep the talent that you do have from in-state, and then you've got to recruit the pipeline states. Your Texas, your Louisiana, your Florida, Georgia, and Georgia's getting up there now too. But you've got to pull players from there in order to succeed. And then what sucks with teams that are in those states, like your Texas, your Miamis, your Florida States, your TCUs, what's hard for them is trying to maintain those players.
Yeah.
Because literally you can be a Texas, a TCU, a Texas A&M, Texas Tech, and you can only recruit your state and be a top 25 team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just maintaining it as much as possible. So, yeah.
That's the tough part. And, I do think that with Sam being kind of a people person, you guys got kind of the right guy in the spot to potentially do that. But, Tyler, what about you? James Franklin's got a massive-ass contract. How are you feeling about the future of Penn State?
Well, losing Brent is a big blow. But, I mean, we're just going to keep doing what we do,
Lose a few games a year.
Lose a few games, win a few games.
Never get to the playoffs.
No. Hey. Mediocre at best. That's all we know. Might finish top 5 one time.
Maybe.
Gonna miss the playoffs, but we might finish top 5.
Well, see, as an Arkansas fan, and seeing him cry about continuously top 10 finishes in the AP poll and coaches poll, I'm like, you bitch, you better quiet.
Right. I hear that.
I mean, we do have the number 5 recruiting class for next year. So
I think Arkansas was like 14.
17, 18.
Where's Miami at? I forgot.
Well, through 24/7 sports.
I know our class this year is not near
24/7.
Our class is not near as good as it was last year's.
Penn State number. You want me to bring off the top 5 or just our teams?
Our teams. I don't give a fuck about everyone else.
Okay. Well,
which I'll go more in depth with that with the off season.
Yeah, we'll dive a lot more into that later.
Penn State number 5. We got 14 4-stars.
All right, that's what's up.
11 3-stars. No 5 obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we got Arkansas number 18.
All right.
With 5 4-stars and 13 3-stars.
Okay.
Now let's do some.
I know.
Let's do some scrolling.
I know.
Because y'all are, I got hit low more. That's how bad y'all are.
I know. We had. I think last year. I think we were in the top 20 last year for our recruiting class. We had a good recruiting class last year. We did. We got a 5-star. We got a couple 5-star recruits. We got that Jake Garcia quarterback and stuff. But this year, I took a look at the other day. I mean, it's like we got some 4-stars and stuff. But it's like our recruiting class this year is not near as good as it was last year.
Okay, last year y'all were number 11, right?
All right. Yeah, that sounds about right. We had a great class last year.
How many teams are in the ACC?
It's like what?
12?
14?
Is it 12 or 14?
I think it's 14. Yeah,
Okay.
it's 7-7, I think.
Well, y'all are ranked 11th. So, y'all's national rank is 57.
All right. Yeah.
Let's look on the bright side, though. Let's look on the bright side.
Oh, no.
The next year, y'all are 39.
All right, we're on a good pace already. Yeah, this class what hasn't been super great for us so far, but hey, at least it can't be worse than Hawaii right now. They have 4 commits. But hey, at least the 3-star quarterback they got from in Hawaii, he doesn't look too bad, so they got that going for
You
them.
know who has the worst recruiting class?
Who's that?
Can y'all just take a guess? Oh, my God. Hold up. Why is there so many teams, dude? Why is there 150 teams? Hold up.
Because they're introducing so many more teams to Division One.
I think they're adding the FCS because I'm seeing a lot of FCS teams. Okay, hold up. I'm still scrolling, and I know there's going to be a team in
Troy.
the FBS.
Troy.
Because from what I remember from NCAA
Let's
Football
see.
14, there's
UConn.
163 teams.
Okay, 150 teams.
UConn. UMass.
Samford.
Hey, Troy is the second worst.
Ah, that's close.
They're 145.
All right, who's the worst? Cricket.
Ohio's the third worst.
That makes sense.
Okay, we take a lot of shots at the military branches.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Which military branch?
It's got to be Air Force.
I don't know. I would say, I think Navy, because I think they're the worst right now of the 3.
They have 1 2-star.
That's it. We have 1 recruit.
1 2-star. Well, they got 22 hard commits, but nobody wants to go to Army. And
No one wants to go to West Point. Oh, no.
well, you definitely know he's not a quarterback.
That's true.
No.
That's true. All right,
Yeah.
let's move on. Let's still talk about some Big Ten stuff here. Michigan.
Florida State's 12, by the way.
Fuck Florida State. Florida State fucking sucks. Michigan finally getting the dub over Ohio State. Jim Harbaugh is now 1-5 versus Ohio State, getting over the hump.
That's a good snow game.
That's a good snow game.
I liked it.
Is Jim Harbaugh finally over the hump, or is this a one-off? I mean, he's going. Yeah, he's going to get his chance to get into the big dance the first time. Is this a one-off, or is he finally over the hump?
I think if he makes it to the national championship game, it could be continuous.
He
But
gotta be Iowa first, dog.
yeah,
Gotta be Iowa.
yeah,
Yeah, you got to be at Iowa first.
And they're always sneaky.
They
really are.
They can get some sneaky dubs, just like Purdue. Just like Purdue.
And as much as I would love to say that, yeah, he's finally gotten over the hump, he continuously beat Ohio State, that's yet to be proven. So until he wins, if he wins next year, I think it gets a little more of a serious talk.
A little bit more credibility.
Yeah, but until then, I don't think we can allow that to be. Yeah, he's there when he's got 1 win in the last 6 years.
Yeah.
So
I will say, if he is going to be over the hump, it does kind of depress me a little bit, because I low key was kind of hoping maybe the Bears would give him a call. But alas, here we are. That's probably not. He's probably going to shut that down no matter what. He is at his alma mater, but still, I was still holding on. It's like, hey, we drafted you first round, so
Right.
I mean, you want to come coach us? That'd be cool.
He can look at the phone and be like, Chicago. Huh? No, I'm good.
I'm good, bro.
Oh, hey, Mr. Jakey Fromm just got signed
Who gives a shit?
by the Giants.
Who cares about Jake Fromm? He's so irrelevant now. Come on, man.
Damn, that's random.
Now, does this loss to Michigan, it's kind of an ugly loss for Ohio State. Do you guys feel like this hurts CJ's Heisman chances? Because once again, we're back to the point. It's like, is he the Heisman winner? Is it going to be like Matt Corral? Is it going to be Bryce? Is it going to be Kenneth Walker? Because, I mean, I feel like it all is going to come back to what you've been saying. It's just like, whoever's going to win the Heisman is going to have a little asterisk beside it. It's like, oh, great, you won in 2021. That's cool. What was your competition? Does this hurt CJ's chances, you feel like? I mean, because this was kind of an ugly loss.
This man had 400 passing yards, and we're asking, is he not a Heisman?
well, yeah, but he lost the game.
He 400, not because of him. He didn't turn the ball over.
I don't know. I think the thing is it may not hurt his chances of winning it, but it continuously downgrades the Heisman class even more, right?
I agree to that.
So it's like, usually when you have a true out Heisman winner, Tim Tebow, Cam Newton, Baker Mayfield,
Johnny Manziel,
Robert Griffin III,
Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, you have this stretch of games, big time games at the end of the year, where they're close games or they're blowouts where they're putting up numbers. You're like, okay, this is the guy. But continuously now, it's Alabama with Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud. They go out and put these big old numbers, but you struggle against Auburn, you lose against Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in my opinion, if you're the best player on that team and a Heisman Trophy candidate, you've got to pull those games out.
What if it just, we're sitting here thinking CJ or Bryce. What if it is just Matt? What if it's Matt Corral takes home the Heisman? That'd be some shit.
All right, I looked up CJ versus Bryce.
Mm-hmm. For Heisman.
Yeah. Okay, so right now, as they're sitting, Bryce has 3,901 passing yards for 40 and 4 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
CJ has 3,862 for 38 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the kicker, though. Bryce has been sacked 33 times. CJ, 13.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know if y'all count
Well,
sacks.
if we're throwing a bunch of stats out there, then the true Heisman winner is Bailey Zapp. That's the real Heisman winner right there, baby. 5,200 passing yards, 52 TDs to 6 interceptions or something like that. That's the Heisman winner right there, boys.
52-9.
52-9, I was close enough. 69, same thing.
He's been sacked 12 times.
You see, there you go, Bailey Zapp, the best quarterback no one's ever heard of.
Yeah. CJ has the third best rating.
But I will say
quarterback rating.
this over this past weekend with Bryce playing Auburn like he did, CJ playing Michigan like he did, and CJ losing. See, I think if they would have pulled out that game, then we're not having this conversation. It's still CJ.
Yeah.
But I think with him losing, Bryce not playing really well. I mean, he played good, but not a Heisman kind
3-17, 2-1. I mean, he turned the ball over.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like I said, he played well, but
it wasn't the week before.
It wasn't exactly. It wasn't no 560 for 4 touchdowns and no picks. Anyways, we won't talk about that. But it's still not this outstanding Heisman moment. Like, you're not saying, okay, he won that game for them.
Right.
Right.
This dude has 13 touchdowns and no interceptions the last 3 games.
Who?
CJ.
But it really helps Matt Corral's case, honestly. Matt
Corral needs to be up there. Or Kenny Pickett. Just sitting with him.
Kenny Pickett as well.
Bailey Zapp. Hey, I like this. I like this Hilltopper, man. I like Bailey Zapp. He's gonna be the best quarterback no one's ever heard of.
He's gonna be the group of 5 Heisman.
See, he needs to be up there like Colt Brennan was up there at one point, all right?
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. What's the difference between them? They both played mediocre conferences. They both put up the same sort of stats. Give Bailey Zapp some recognition.
One was in Hawaii, and one was in West Kentucky.
Both playing mediocre competition.
Okay, but Hawaii's more notable than West Kentucky.
Bob Petrino coached there.
Okay, well, Ty Story played there.
Do what?
Ty Story played there.
Yeah,
whipped Arkansas's ass.
Anyway, let's finish up college talk here just real quick. College football playoff predictions. Once again, just for everyone listening, we do record this on Tuesdays. So the predictions have not actually come out yet because they come out Tuesday nights. So predictions, what are you guys thinking? Georgia number 1, easy. I put Bama at 2. I put Michigan at 3. Cincy at 4. Looking in at 5, I'd put Notre Dame. 6, Ohio State. That's mine.
Damn, hold on. You go ahead, throw yours.
Mine's not going to be much different. Only thing I'd change was I'd put Cincy 3 and Michigan 4.
Okay.
I would go Georgia.
Okay.
I would go Michigan.
Okay.
Because last week everybody thought Ohio State was the greatest football team that's ever.
Oh, you're right. Field. Yeah.
I'm gonna put Bama at 3. Oh, you got to put Cincy at 4 because they're still undefeated. But I'm gonna go Notre Dame, Oklahoma State.
Yeah, Oklahoma State's a good point.
I will put them up there.
This dude.
I will put them up there if they win the Big 12 championship convincingly
against Baylor. Yeah,
that's the only
team.
Yeah,
put them in over Cincy.
Yes.
Ooh.
Because they're a one-loss team, right?
Bro,
Yeah, Oklahoma State's a one-loss team. Yeah.
you know the shitstorm that would get to brewing if you put a fucking team from Stillwater, Oklahoma.
But the thing that's going to help them, though, that's going to help them, though. That's on the route that Bama beats Georgia somehow, right? But if it goes the way it does, Georgia beats Alabama. I'm not putting Alabama in.
That's a good point. Yeah. That's a good. So, you know.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, the kind of predictions that we're looking at now, that's what it's going to potentially come out as of today. But once we're looking at it next week, you know, the final, who is going to actually be the final? Okay, that's a different conversation. So let me redo mine then. That's a whole different conversation.
You got to redo it.
I'm going to say Georgia at number 1. I'm going to say Michigan at 2. I'm going to say Cincy at 3 because, again, they are still going to be undefeated. And I'm going to put Oklahoma State at 4 with Notre Dame looking in. Sorry, Notre Dame, but you're overrated as fuck.
I got the same, but I'm going to flip Oklahoma State and Cincy. I think they can put Cincy at 4.
Okay.
Kind of like how they treated Notre Dame
right.
that one time they put them in.
That's fair.
We're going to put you in, but you're going to put you in against the best team.
Yeah, good luck against Georgia. Yikes. Well,
they gonna score,
at least you made it in.
Score more than 7 points.
So my 4 is the same as Tyler's for like the final prediction. Like for the 4 that's gonna be in the playoff is gonna be those 4, unless again Oklahoma State somehow fucking loses or doesn't win.
What if Iowa beats Michigan?
See,
then the shitstorm is brewing.
Then the shitstorm brews, and that's when Ohio State's potentially back in
the or Notre Dame is in the conversation. And then Bama loses. Like it's a whole man. That's something. See,
I swear, bro. If they put Bama in
next week, we can literally have an entire 45-minute segment on this next week.
You know what? Here's what I'm gonna hope for. I'm gonna say hope for it, but I'm gonna tell you up front, it's not gonna reflect my picks here in a little bit. I would love to see Michigan lose, Oklahoma State lose, and Georgia lose, because man, those fucking playoffs are gonna be all over the place, and I'm fucking here for it. That's gonna be wild.
But I will say one thing: if no matter what, if Bama beats Georgia, they're both in, guaranteed.
Yeah,
no questions. Yeah. So then it's just figuring out 3 and 4. And that's gonna be chaos.
It's gonna be absolute chaos.
Because you got to look at Cincy and you got to look at Notre Dame.
Right.
You gotta look. You can't not look at them.
All right, let's still talk a little bit about college, but move over more on the pro side. We've talked about in the past the draft and everything about not having like that true number 1 or having the guys who are considered number 1 a name that probably most people wouldn't even fucking know of. It's still the same thing. Who would you guys take at number 1? Because now Aiden Hutchinson out of Michigan, now he's being projected as this is the guy over Kavon over at Oregon. If you guys were Detroit, who would you take? Would you take the in-home kid from Michigan, Aiden, or would you guys still take, Kavon? How are you guys feeling on who should be the number 1 pick right now? So we know it's not a quarterback. That's for damn sure.
Well, 2 weeks ago, it was Thibodeau.
Yeah, it was Thibodeau. Now it's looking like it's potentially Aiden.
I still think Thibodeau's the best there. I think he's been the best all season. I haven't been able to pay attention to his stats or his games, but I've seen highlights. I've seen everybody talk about him. I've seen enough from him where, in my opinion, he's number 1 pick. Now, I've actually really liked him as far as like one of my favorite players in college right now. I want him to go to Houston. I don't want to wish anybody to go to Detroit ever. So, for his sake, I would take Detroit taking the hometown boy, and then Houston taking.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah, I could too. Right now, I feel like Kavon may still go first. Yeah, because I feel like old Dan Campbell's gonna be hitting up Penn. It's just like, hey, can you tell me about your former teammate? Should we draft number 1 overall? And Penne's gonna hammer that shit down. So I don't know. I feel like Kavon's gonna potentially still go number 1 overall, and then Houston's gonna get a hell of a guy at number 2 with Aiden. But when was the last time that we had back-to-back defensive ends, pass rushers go 1 and 2? I don't think has that ever happened.
Not that I remember.
I don't think so.
I mean, the only defensive guys that I know that's gone first is like what, Miles, Clowney,
JJ Watt.
He didn't go first.
He didn't go first?
Yeah, he was 10th. Yeah,
that's surprising.
Yeah, he was 10th overall.
Who was first that class? It had to be a quarterback then.
In JJ's class, what year did JJ come out? Was that 12?
Might have been 12. That would have been luck. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the most surefire number 1 picks that's ever come out of the college ranks. hands down. No question. You weren't even going to think about it.
Yeah, that's
it's the same.
down,
Trevor Lawrence was held in the same way. You weren't even going to think about it. There's no point. But I don't know if there's ever been, I don't know if there's ever been back-to-back defensive players taken like that.
No, I posted this in our group chat a little while back when this came up front to our group chat. Will Anderson, from the linebacker from Alabama, is shooting up boards.
Yeah.
Because he's broken all kinds of Alabama records. He's on the way to breaking NCAA sack records and tackle for loss records. So, I mean, we could potentially see three defensive players go 1, 2, 3.
That'd be wild. That'd be wild, dude. Tyler, you still trying to fact check this?
Yeah.
While you're fact checking, I'm gonna move on. I'll talk very briefly here on the Bears. I'm not gonna dive too much into it because we are almost an hour into the show. So there was all those rumors that were coming out that Nagy was going to be fired or let go after the Detroit game, regardless of how resulted, which obviously that did not happen. The Bears ended up winning anyway. Bears, at the end of the day, man, we've never let a coach go in the middle of the season. It's always been in the season. There's still been rumors on if Ryan Pace is going to stay with the team but get like a promotion, a demotion disguised as a promotion. Now, I'm seeing stuff that, Ryan Pace is going to be gone, but I have actually seen some more rumors that one coach that could be targeted by the Bears is actually Sean Payton, which I thought was wild to me. But at the same time, Sean may just be in this state right now where he's just like, don't have Drew here, don't have the surefire quarterback. It might be time to jump out.
Yeah, but honestly, even with the Saints not being as good as they usually are, I still think the Saints are a better situation right now.
Yeah.
Will a defensive tackle and a defense end work?
Yeah, that works.
1976.
Damn, you had to go back far.
Who was it?
Number 1 pick was Was Jim Plunkett the number 1 pick or the number 2 pick? How about that?
He was number 1.
Okay, so the number 1 pick that draft was Leroy Selman.
Oh, Hall of Famer.
For Oklahoma. And then the number 2 pick, Steve Niehaus.
Haven't heard that name, I don't think.
From Notre Dame. Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seattle.
I've heard of Niehaus. He was a pretty good player.
Okay. Yeah, you had to go back far
He
for that.
he may have been he may be a Hall of Famer as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, shit. Okay. Hey. And then 4 years earlier, 1972, was Walt Patulski. Which is unfortunate because he went to Notre Dame and he played for Buffalo, and I fucked his name up. And then the number 2 pick was Sherman White from Cal, went to Cincy.
Okay, so basically it's been a long time since 1 and 2 were like that.
Yeah. But years. I also didn't know you could count defensive tackles, so my facts might be wrong.
Okay,
because I feel like I seen some defensive tackles in. Well, it might have been linebackers.
I know one of the most recent ones was the 2010 draft. That had Sammy. Was it 2010 that had Ndamukong? Yep. And then Gerald McCoy went 3. So that was the closest one that we had. But anyway, bottom line, Bears are shit. Let's move on. So Cam Newton, he played like complete and utter dog shit this past weekend against Miami. Miami completely dog walked the Panthers. Christian McCaffrey's now out for the season because of his ankle injury that he's had on and off. They went ahead and put him on IR, effectively ending his season. Is Cam not back, or is this just a one-off? How are we feeling on Cam Newton right now?
Get back to me next week and we'll talk.
All right, I agree. Tyler?
It was rough.
It was rough. He was like, 5 for 20?
5 for 21 with I don't know, 60 yards, 70 yards.
Yeah, and a pick.
And a pick.
Who'd they play again?
Miami.
No, they played Washington.
No, bro, that was the week before.
That was the week before.
Okay.
Yeah, Miami is who they. Washington was last night. Remember?
Yeah, you're right.
No,
I was trying to forget that game.
That's fair.
So is Pete.
Yeah, so is Pete. Which also, that's another conversation entirely. I mean, is it time for Seattle to move on? Is it time for Seattle to
Pete to Oklahoma? What's up,
dude? Imagine if Pete went back to the college ranks
or Notre Dame.
Man. We just opened up a whole new conversation, man.
I forgot, man. I was even going to mention that earlier, and I forgot all about him.
What if Pete goes back to the college ranks? No matter where he goes, they're going to be an immediate squad you're going to have to watch for.
I think there's a big chance, but it all depends on Russell Wilson.
It does,
because
yeah.
because you got to remember last offseason he made it a big deal that Seattle was not putting the pieces in place for him to succeed with the offensive line and pieces around him, and they've shown continuously this year they're not doing it. So if it comes draft time and Russell Wilson is not happy and he leaves, you can see Pete Carroll going right behind him.
Yeah,
Man.
if they don't draft offensive linemen, they're really
Especially since they're 3-8 and they're projected at like what a top. Well, they don't have their first round pick. The Jets do. That's right.
Yep.
The Jets have it before the Jamal Adams trade. So man, the Seahawks are just fucked then.
So like I said, if Russell Wilson sees his way out and Pete Carroll sees the signs of him doing it, Pete Carroll's not. I don't think Pete Carroll will coach in Seattle without Russell Wilson.
I can agree to that. I don't think Pete Carroll's going to go through a complete rebuild like that.
Why, when you can do it in college? And
Yeah.
Hey, you want me to name off the list of draft picks they have for this year?
Yeah, go for it.
Round 2,
Okay.
round 4,
Okay.
round 6. That's the end of the list.
They're fucked. Yeah, they're fucked. Sorry, Shane, but your team's fucked, bro.
yep.
You guys are mega fucked right now. You guys need to make some big moves in trades or some big moves in free agency this offseason, or you're fucked flat out.
Pardon me, that was this year's draft, not next year's draft.
God, and you're my fact checker, man. Come on.
Dude, I thought it. Okay. I knew it was fucked up. Okay. Okay, here we go. Now we're looking at it. Now we're looking
We are
at.
a terrible show. It's normal behavior, I guess.
Dude, why is it not showing a list? Okay, here we go. They actually do have a little bit more picks. They have round 2 pick, round 3 pick, round 4 pick, round 4 pick for the Jamal Adams trade, round 5 and round 7. So I mean, they got
That's not bad.
Okay, and then this mock draft right here
Okay.
has them taking an offensive tackle from Kentucky, Darian Kendrick,
Okay.
an offensive center from Boston College, Alex Lindstrom, and then my boy from Minnesota, 6'8", 400 pounds, Daniel Foley.
For someone that's your boy, you sure messed his name up.
Butchered his name, but honestly, with something like that
Look at the smile. Look at the smile. Look at the smile.
He's got a hell of a smile.
That's a big motherfucker. I got him in Madden, so
I bet you did.
that's why.
But the thing is, though, is that like bringing in three rookie offensive linemen.
Hey, there's some big boys though. 6'5", 345.
I mean, you can bring some guys in like that, but I'm telling you, got to make some moves in free agency or trade, one of the two. You got to make moves.
Yeah.
But see, and then at that point, as a front office standpoint, are you saying, well, okay, fuck it, let's trade Russell Wilson, get as many picks or as many players as we can, and just start the rebuild now? And then boom, Pete Carroll leaves, and then it's just a whole new kind of thing.
Who would they get as a coach?
That's
I mean, Dayball's the only thing that comes to my mind right now.
Eric Bieniemy as well.
Yeah. You got to have an offensive coach. Big man.
Byron Leftwich.
Yeah.
Kellen Moore is getting some steam. Todd Boyle's been getting some steam again. Maybe he'll get a second chance somewhere that's not New York.
Todd's a defensive coach, right?
Yeah, he is. He's a DC down in Tampa.
Yeah, he is. Because Brian's the
Byron.
Byron, shut up. Byron, yeah.
Shut up.
He's the OC. So.
Yeah, bingo.
Damn, we're getting old.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I remember when he was still a Jag, man.
Fuck you mean? I remember Kellen Moore was at Boise.
Yeah, when he was one of the best college quarterbacks in college history.
Man.
I think he still holds the record for like one of the best like completion percentages in career history or quarterback rating, one of the two.
Yeah.
I don't remember which one. I think it was completion percentage.
Man.
Let's do some quick hits on the news. AJ Brown plays in the AR. Jack Conklin's also going to be out for the season. Who thought it was a good idea to let that man walk? You guys see that?
Yeah.
Did you see that? Dude, his foot was fucking sideways. And instead of pulling a card out, they're letting the dude walk unassisted. And he literally fumbles forward. Shout out to him for catching himself where he doesn't actually fall. But watch it when you get a chance. Who decided it was a good idea to let this man fucking walk off the field when he has a foot sideways? Anyway, his season's done. And then COVID's running wild in Dallas. Mike McCarthy will not be there for this Thursday game. I don't think because he did get positive COVID, but I don't know. I didn't see if he's going to be able to get negative like tomorrow, if he's going to be able to coach or not. I don't know. I'm assuming he will not be at the game, and I think there was like 8 other positives for Dallas. So we'll see how stuff goes for that Dallas game.
Better check my fantasy then.
Yeah, better check that out, dude.
I ain't checked fantasy in like 4 weeks, dog.
All right, let's jump into some college games.
Yay.
Look at the recap from last week. Miami beat Duke. Michigan State beat Penn State for the land grant trophy. Unfortunate. Arkansas beat Missouri 34-17 for the Battle Line. Shout out to that. For our number 2 squads, Wyoming beat Wyoming. I believe that is for the Golden Screwdrivers. I believe is the trophy, which I thought was kind of funny.
Wait, is that Hawaii one?
Hawaii beat Wyoming. Yes.
That makes that picture even more funny.
Texas State beat Arkansas State. That was our terrible game of the week, of course. And then Oregon beat Oregon State, to no surprise, 38-29. Some other notables is Minnesota did beat 14th-ranked Wisconsin. North Texas upset University of Texas San Antonio for their first loss. But you were right. They were finally an upset alert. Only if you would have predicted that one. Ole Miss beat Mississippi State in the Egg Bowl, which is going to be the first 10-win regular season Ole Miss history, which I thought was wild.
That's fucking mind-blowing.
It is. It's very mind-blowing. I didn't know that was the first 10-win regular season. That's wild to me.
That's an old-ass school, too.
I know. And first time they've ever had 10 wins, not counting a bowl game.
And they've never played an SEC championship game ever.
I didn't know that either.
Shit.
That's wild.
Damn. Don't go to Ole Miss.
NC State beat UNC 34-30. Alabama beat Auburn in a 4 OT game, 24-22. I did get to watch the last couple overtimes on that. That was pretty solid. And then Michigan beat Ohio State, like we already mentioned, and Oklahoma State did end up beating Oklahoma. That was our game of the week for FBS, not terrible game of the week. I did watch the ending of that game. That game was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Now let's look ahead. We're going to be calling round 2 of the SCS playoffs, the FBS championship games, and an incredible game that's lined up for us between USC and Cal. It's such a phenomenal game. I'm ready to call this game. That's going to be a great game to call. So we have 19 games for college that we're calling this week.
Is Lincoln going to be in the house?
That's a great question. That's a great question. I mean, he's already in LA, so
yeah, I see him get off the plane.
He may be vibing. We'll see. We'll start off with FCS playoffs round 2.
Yeah.
Incarnate Word versus Sam Houston. I'm going with Sam Houston. I feel like that's pretty easy.
Yeah, pretty easy.
Yep.
We ain't got no music.
Oh yeah. What color you want?
Red.
I decided for you.
Okay. Fuck it. Sam, you pick orange.
Yeah,
orange for Sam Houston.
Yeah, there you go. Next up, we have UT Martin and Montana State. I feel like Montana State is going to be the one to win this, but I'm going to go with UT Martin out of respect for Zach Walsh.
Is it because they're the 8th seed and you've got a history with 8 seeds?
Maybe. Yeah, that might be why. But I think Montana State is going to win this game. I'm going to rock UT Martin, though.
Same exact reason right there. Go Zach.
I'm going Montana State.
He said, fuck that.
That's fair. Holy Cross and Villanova.
Oh, man. I like this matchup.
Better too.
I like this matchup.
I think I'm going to go Villanova.
Who you taking, Shane?
I'm taking Holy Cross.
Man, now you divided me. Well, Villanova did pretty good against Penn State earlier this year.
Mm-hmm.
But my boy Rudy went to Holy Cross,
God.
Let's go Villanova.
Oh, damn it.
Right, holy, you son of a bitch. South Dakota State and Sacramento State. I'm going with South Dakota State.
I'm going South Dakota State too.
Sacramento State.
Okay. Southeast Louisiana, led by Cole Kelly against James Madison.
Southeast Louisiana.
Did James Madison upset somebody this year, or was that a couple years ago?
I think that was a couple years ago.
Okay, well, they're the 3 seed for a reason. They're going to derail this coal train. Let's go James Madison.
I'm going with Southeast Louisiana.
Respect the hell out of you, Cole, though.
Eastern Washington and Montana. This is going to be a very, very good matchup. I've said it before. I like the quarterback out of Eastern Washington.
Yeah.
I can't say his name. Bel Air, I think's his name.
I don't know. As much as I would love to choose Montana, I think Montana, like your pick with the UT Martin, I think Montana's going to win the game, but I'm going Eastern Washington.
Okay. I respect that.
His name is Barrier.
I wasn't even close.
But, well, I mean, that's my pronunciation of it.
Okay, fair
but
enough.
I'm going to go, if it was at Eastern Washington, I'll definitely pick them because I like the red field. So, for that reason, Montana.
I want to pick Eastern Washington, but I already made a personal pick earlier with UT Martin. I can't do it twice, so I'm gonna go with the team that I think is gonna win, which is gonna be Montana. I already made one personal pick. I can't make another. Kennesaw State and Eastern Tennessee State University. How you guys feeling?
I'm going Kennesaw.
I didn't pick them last week because I didn't know how to spell it. So for that reason, Kennesaw.
I'm gonna go Kennesaw.
But
as well.
I think I was the only one to pick Kennesaw and Incarnate Ward last weekend.
Yep.
Yeah. Southern Illinois and North Dakota State. I'm going with the Bison.
Yeah, me too.
Let's go Salukis, Southern Illinois.
Jesus Christ.
We riding with them. Riding like Biden.
All right, let's go over to our FBS conference games and our one.
Hold up, we got one game. Oh, shit. Never mind. This is a SWAC championship. For some reason, I thought this was an FCS game.
Moving on.
You don't want to pick Jackson State
No.
in Prairie View?
Fuck off.
Jackson State.
All
Go
right.
Dion.
Conference USA Championship. Western Kentucky led by the true Heisman winner, Bailey Zapp, and University Texas San Antonio.
Oh, we can tell you're a UCF fan over here claiming prizes that obviously ain't y'all's. So for that reason, Western Kentucky, let's go.
that was a shot. That was a shot. I respect it.
I'm going UTSA. Or UTSA.
Just
That
like
was-
San Antonio, man.
San
we know
Antonio.
That's what we just need to start calling them. Too much of a mouthful. All right,
Road
Tyler.
runners.
Here's your favorite conference, the MAC.
the Mac Attack.
I
I love these schools.
you do, and I don't know why. Kent State and Northern Illinois.
Sidebar, I did mention that coaches, somebody took a shot at the MAC on a Penn State post, and I took that back. I said some people are just MAC coaches.
For a split second, we had 3 different songs playing. I accidentally put my finger on one.
So we got what, Kent State and
Northern. Yeah, I'm going with the Huskies.
Well, I picked the Salukis, so let's go ahead and stay in Illinois. We're going Northern Illinois because I
Yeah.
remember their quarterback a couple years ago was pretty
Jordan
solid.
Lynch.
Yeah, that was like 12 years ago. Goddamn.
Yeah. I'm going NIU too.
All right, Sun Belt, Appalachian State, and Louisiana Lafayette. Coastal Carolina, they got fucked. They lost South Alabama last week, or they would have been in this game.
Damn, that's tough.
That is tough. I'm going to go with Appalachian State.
Is that because Billy's not coaching, or is he coaching?
I don't think he's coaching.
App State. Let's go Mullets.
Man, I wish we had video because you would have loved Tyler's expression just then.
Yeah, I'm going App State too.
Okay. Next up, the American Conference Championship, Houston and Cincinnati. You guys are going to ride with Cincinnati, or you think Houston's going to pull the upset?
I think you skipped over Utah State and San Diego State.
He's got his own list, Doc.
I did skip over it. No, he's right. I did skip over
I
it.
would say because
Either way,
my list is
I'll come
completely
back
opposite.
to it. Houston, Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Okay. I'm
I'm
rocking with Cincinnati.
Fuck it, Cincy.
All right, Mountain West Conference Championship, Utah State, led by Blake Anderson versus San Diego State. Tyler, I'm going to go ahead and write yours down. You don't have a choice. You have
You
to
said
pick,
what?
You have to pick Utah State. You don't have a choice.
Yeah, let's go Brian Anderson. God, dog, this is nice. This is nice.
All right, Shane, who you got?
Oh, I wanted to be told that he just said Brian Anderson
Yeah, he did.
and not Blake Anderson.
Sorry, dog. I'm looking. I'm looking at
multitasking.
money, bro.
He's
I'm looking at money.
He's multitasking.
I'm going to San Diego State.
They pump faked me, man. They pump faked me.
I'm going to go San Diego State as well. Pac-12 Championship, Oregon and Utah, the rematch. Will Oregon get their revenge, or Utah just beat the shit out of them again? This is actually a pretty tough one to pick,
it really
honestly.
is.
I really feel like it's a tough one to pick.
Does Utah still have their coach Whittingham?
Couldn't tell you. If I'm being real.
Kyle Whittingham. That's their
Yeah,
coach.
I know the name, but I don't know if he's still the head coach or not.
Well, because of that reason, Oregon.
Yeah, I'm going Oregon as well.
This is not at Utah, so.
That's true. That's true. I'm a rock with Oregon as well. I don't think they're going to lose twice. I'd be shocked as hell if they did. All right, this one's actually a tough one to pick, too, because these are two teams that Tyler and I both have rode with for the majority of this season. The ACC Championship, a matchup that you never would have thought, Pitt and Wake for the ACC. I would have never guessed in the preseason these would be your ACC champions.
Me neither.
I would have never fucking guessed it. I've rode with both these teams a lot this year, but I feel like I've really rode the Kenny Pickett train a lot more. So I'm going to rock with Pitt on this one with Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, I think it comes down to quarterback play, and
Both quarterbacks are good, too.
yeah, and I believe in Kenny Pickett a little bit more.
Well, I like Wake.
So Wake.
Yeah, I like Wake.
Okay.
I wasn't going to flip the
Okay.
script on you.
Yeah, where I had to.
Do we have another game?
Yeah, we have 3 more.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Big 12,
My fault, I was zoned
Baylor,
out
and
for a minute.
Oklahoma State. I'm going to go with OK State.
For playoffs, to be chaotic, I'm gonna keep with Oklahoma State because
You want the chaos.
I want the chaos.
He wants to embrace it.
Yeah.
See, I want Baylor to win. But, damn, I really want the chaos. Let's go Oklahoma State. I'll take the loss if they lose.
Iowa and Michigan for the Big Ten championship. Rockland, Michigan.
You said what?
Iowa and Michigan.
Again, I think Michigan's gonna win, but I'm all for Iowa winning this game.
Is that who you're picking?
No, I'm taking Michigan.
Okay.
He said no.
No.
I'm taking Michigan. Taking Michigan.
Like you said earlier, you only get one.
Yeah,
You
only get one. Only get one. But I would love Iowa to win this game and just start the mayhem.
I do want there to be a lot of mayhem. I would love that.
And I could just see All-State, just
All-State.
Not
State Farm?
No, All-State, the mayhem, having a commercial for it.
I thought that was, yeah, that is. I was thinking Progressive, but that's a flow.
Or have a good old Buffalo Wild Wings button push.
Oh, yeah.
This man. I like that. I don't even, man. This game sucks.
Because you're not in it.
Yes, but it's also amazing because Ohio's not in it, and that's always great. But in order for Ohio State not to make the playoffs, Michigan has to win. So Michigan.
And lastly, SEC championship. Probably going to be the best game out of all these by far. Georgia and Bama.
I actually disagree. I would not be surprised if Georgia comes out and wins by 30.
Really? I think it's going to be a damn good game.
Then again, Alabama can come out and win by 30.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I'm going to just stick with Georgia.
Yeah, mine
Their
comes
defense
down.
is too damn
Mine comes down to consistency. Georgia's been consistently dominant all year. That's where I think if Georgia could very well win by a little or win by 30. If Alabama does win, it's going to be like a 6-point win. So for that, I'm going Georgia.
I'm gonna go.
Are you going to be the wild card? Are you going to do it?
Man, I want to.
Do it.
I want to. It's just hard to pick Alabama though. How about this?
You start the mayhem.
The Heisman's next week, right?
Yeah, it's after the championship games.
Okay. For that reason, Alabama. Bryce Young's winning that motherfucker if he wins.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
If he wins, he's winning the Heisman. If he loses, CJ.
All right, our random ass game, USC and Cal, because they got delayed a few weeks ago. We'll go. It's literally the only other game that's happening in FBS. So I figure we'll call it. I'm gonna rock with USC. Then they're gonna get the win and inspiration of their new coach.
I agree.
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't wrote down none of these picks. I just noticed that. But USC.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Let me get over to this page
I
because
don't think my pen works, dude.
all right.
I've been sitting here messing with it so long. I don't think it works.
So we introduced spreads into the show last week, and we are going to continue on with it with the segment called Shane Sharp's Picks for the Week.
Shane Sharps.
Shane Sharp.
Sharp like a razor. I see what you did there.
There you go.
I don't know which one of y'all did that. It's probably him because he comes over.
It was me.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I think that's too sophisticated. Yeah.
I pitched some names.
He implemented like some razor
razor.
picks and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and I was like,
Like Bear.
yeah, I kind of wanted
Bears
to be razor affiliated, but
Yeah.
not exactly that. So Shane Sharp pick of the week.
You watched College Game Day this week?
No, but I went back. I didn't get to watch it live. I went back and watched it.
So you see you feel what he does? Okay.
Yeah,
We're not copying that or anything, you know.
just
Not
getting
like
ideas from.
not like the terrible game of the week that they copied off of us.
That's fucking true. They did.
Oh, fucking motherfuckers.
Anyway, all right, Shane, you want some more music?
Yeah, just pick one.
He said just
I like this one. It's still my favorite. All right.
Did you add music?
No, I haven't done
Bro,
that
you
yet.
haven't listened to that's fucking
I
hard
did
hit.
listen to your very,
Trash ones.
cinematic-esque, like orchestra-esque, songs, not even from the 3 channels I fucking sent you.
It wasn't?
No.
I must have hit a link or something.
I'm literally paying for a subscription for this music. Like, can we use the music that I'm paying for?
Please.
No, that was from Lonker or whatever. Monka? Fonka?
No, it wasn't.
All right. Back on
okay.
topic here,
That's
guys.
whatever. Back at it.
We got 3 college games.
My
We'll
fault.
call 3 more pro in a little bit. Shane, what you got?
All right. So for Shane's Sharp picks of the week, The
Sharp
first
picks.
one, we got Georgia and Alabama. Georgia opened up at a 4.5 point favorite with the over under being 54.5. As of today, Tuesday at 5 o'clock, Georgia's sitting at a 6.5 point favorite with the over under at 50.
I'm gonna take the -6.5. I'm gonna say Georgia's gonna win it, and they're gonna win it by more than that.
I agree. I take Georgia over this with the 6.5, and I'll also take the over.
I'm gonna take the over as well.
I picked Alabama, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So
Okay.
you just need to pick Alabama.
Okay, so I'm taking Georgia with the 6.5, and I'm going over.
Completely contradicting.
Yeah, that would pick. That
I
would,
know, but I also went 2-10 last
Oh,
week.
you're
okay,
right.
that's
You're
fair.
right. You're right.
You
You got to get a win somehow.
That's
You're
okay.
right.
And you said you're taking the over or the under.
I'm taking over. They gonna score.
All right. What's up next?
All right, number 2, we got Michigan and Iowa. Michigan opened up at a 10.5 point favorite and 44.5 point over under. As of today, Michigan's still a 10.5 point favorite, and the over under dropped to 43.5.
Is this outside by any chance? Or do they
Outside.
play in the Indianapolis Dome? Or
No, I think they play at a
Lucas
neutral
Oil?
site. I don't know what it is, but I think it may be. I think it may be Indianapolis.
Okay, but that changes my pick.
I'm actually gonna take the plus 10.5 for Iowa. I think I think Michigan's gonna win, but I think Iowa's gonna keep it within that amount.
I agree.
And for the over under, shit. I'm gonna take over.
Okay, I think it's gonna be over 2, but just for pick 6, I'm gonna go under.
I'm gonna go Michigan gonna win by more than 10.5,
Okay.
and it's gonna be under. It's gonna be a low scoring game.
Okay.
21-10.
All right. What's up next? This is the last one for
All
college.
right, last one for college. We've got Cincinnati and Houston. Cincinnati opened up at a 10 point favorite with the over under at 55.5. As of right now, it's sitting at Cincinnati at a 10.5 point favorite with the over under being 53.5.
I'm definitely going to take Houston on that one. I think Cincy's going to win, but I think Houston's going to keep it close. So I'm going to take the plus 10.5 for Houston. And then for the over-under, I'm going to take under on this.
Think it's gonna be a low scoring game.
Lower.
Lower scoring.
Yeah.
Give me Cincy over 10.5, and then give me the under.
Okay. I'm gonna take Cincy with covering the 10.5, and I think it's gonna be more than that. I'm gonna say over, but I think majority of the points will be coming from Cincinnati. I think they're gonna come out with something to prove, especially if they're one to solidify themselves a spot in the playoffs.
Be like 45-10.
Yeah.
All right, let's hop over to our NFL picks of the week. We got
Let's
4
go.
teams on a bye. Tennessee, Carolina. Carolina needs that bye. They need to lick their wounds. Cleveland and Green Bay.
Are you positive on that?
About them licking their wounds?
No, about them or the buys. I know a couple weeks ago you fucked up.
No, those are the buys, yeah. All right.
Just want to double check.
You want to fact check me?
No.
I mean, I already had one fuck up, actually. Shane's just like, oh, yeah, this San Fran-Seattle game looks pretty good. I'm looking at the Discord script. I'm like, when is that being played? And he's just like, 4:25. I'm like, shit, I don't even have that on the script.
God damn.
Anyway, all right, Thursday night game is Dallas at New Orleans. Mike McCarthy may not be there, as we've already kind of said. How you guys feeling on that game? I still think it's going to be Dallas.
I still take Dallas. Dallas, they've lost 3 of 4. They need a win if they want to stay in the conversation.
Yeah, I picked New Orleans last week because I'm fucking dumb. So, for that reason, Dallas. I'm not picking the motherfuckers 2 weeks in a row.
Giants and Miami. Giants, of course, is Tyler's newly discovered number 2 team. How you guys feeling in this game?
I'm taking Miami.
I'm going to take Miami as well. I think they're riding the hot hand right now.
See, if you would have asked me, let's say 10 minutes ago, I definitely would have picked the Giants. But Man's hurt, so Miami.
Indy and Houston.
Man Danny Dimes.
Indy and Houston.
Indianapolis.
Yeah, give me Indy.
Yeah, Indy.
Minnesota and Detroit.
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Well, seeing as they couldn't get the dub against y'all last week,
0-16-1 is on the way, baby.
0-16-1, but guess what? 1-15-1. They're gonna win this game.
Boy.
Well, what a flip of the script. All right. Philadelphia and the Jets.
Philadelphia.
Let's go.
I'm calling for the Jets, actually.
Let's go with.
They just got a dub over Houston. Philly stinks, too.
Yeah, the Hurts is.
He played pretty bad.
He's hurting. So for that reason, let's go Jets. JETS, motherfucker.
Arizona and Chicago, no question.
Arizona. Especially with most likely Kyler's going to be back. So.
Yeah. Come on, man. Just go ahead and call it.
I mean, I already picked Detroit, so what's another?
You only get one.
So what's another loss?
Okay, fair.
So yeah, Arizona.
Okay.
He said you're right. You'll only get one.
All right, Chargers and Cincinnati. This is going to be probably a pretty good game.
Cincy. Go Bengals.
I would love to see Cincinnati win, but I'm going for Chargers.
I'm going Cincy. Tampa Bay and Atlanta. Sorry, Jeremy. Atlanta stinks. Going Tampa.
Yeah, Tampa. As much as I fucking hate going for Tampa.
I made a 28-3 joke last time this game was here. So for that reason, this is the third time that Atlanta has faced a Tom Brady quote team. So for that reason, Atlanta.
Tough.
I'll take that loss.
Tough.
Jacksonville and the Rams.
Rams.
It really messes me up that you put Jacksonville with a JAC because I'm so used to the JAX that it looks like a LAX or a LAC. So for that reason, let's go Rams.
That is the dumbest fucking reason.
For that reason,
Washington and Vegas.
Washington, they're playing really good right now.
I'm gonna go Washington as well.
Did y'all not watch Vegas get the dub? Let's go Vegas.
Who gives a fuck about Vegas? Baltimore and Pitt. Going Baltimore.
Baltimore.
That was an ugly loss by Pitt.
Pittsburgh. Big Ben's on a train right now.
He ain't on shit.
He's on a train.
He needs to bop his baloney and then he might get back on track. But
He said baloney.
San Fran and Seattle. Is this going to be the bounce back game?
No.
Is this it?
I think both teams. I think San Francisco playing a little bit better right now than Seattle is, but this rivalry between them, I think it means a little bit more to Seattle for some odd reason. So I think I'm going Seattle.
I'm going to ride with Seattle.
San Fran. Hopefully Pete decides to leave after this loss.
Sunday Night Football, Denver and KC. Going KC.
Going KC.
We're going Denver. Fuck Kansas City.
And then potentially the game of the week. Monday Night Football.
I'll pick last.
New England at Buffalo. Shane, how you feeling on this one?
I'm going Buffalo.
Okay.
Quick and easy. Fuck New England.
I'm actually rocking with New England on this one. I think New England's going to get the dub.
Well, I picked Buffalo to lose last week. my first time to pick Buffalo to lose, if I'm not mistaken. I think they would kick me out of the Bills Mafia fan group on Facebook.
Yep. So Buffalo.
And I think they would block me. So for that reason, New England Patriots.
Oh, wow.
I
Wow.
already wrote down Buffalo. That's who you got. You're actually picking New England. 'Cause I already wrote Buffalo. So that's what you got in my mind. This is an ink, boy. This ain't in pencil.
Fuck it, I'll take Buffalo.
Okay.
I ain't picking against them 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing? All right, once again, Shane, the sharp picks of the week. I got to get that name down.
Here you go. It's kind of a tongue twister.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a tongue twister. I got to get this shit down. We'll figure it out. We're a terrible show.
Sharp picks of the week
Shane's
for the
sharp picks of the
NFL. The first one's going to be Dallas and New Orleans. Picked it because in Dallas's mind, this is a must-win. They've got to get back on track. Like I said earlier, they've lost 3 of 4. It opened up as Dallas as a 5.5-point favorite, over/under at a 48. Currently, it's sitting at 4.5 with over/under at 47.5.
I'm taking the -4.5, and I'm taking the under.
I agree. I'll take the same.
I'll pick Dallas, right?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to pick Dallas, but New Orleans going to cover, and it's going to be under 47.5.
So you're going with the +4.
So he's going +4.5 with the under, yeah.
Okay. What's up next?
Cincinnati and the Chargers. Again, I think this is a pretty meaningful game. This could very well decide some seeding in the AFC.
True.
It opened up as Cincinnati 1.5-point favorite, over/under at 48. It is currently sitting at Cincinnati, a 3-point favorite, with over-under at 50.5.
-3 and over.
I'm taking the -3 and over as well.
Take a -3 and under.
All right, next up.
Monday Night Football game, Buffalo, New England. Again, Buffalo needs it for seeding purposes. New England needs it for seeding purposes. It opened up Buffalo a 3-point favorite, over-under at 46. Currently setting up Buffalo still a 3-point favorite, but over-under is sitting at 44.
Well, I fully do believe New England is going to win this game. I'm going to rock with that, so I'm taking the +3, and I'm actually going to take over.
Yeah, I'm going to take a +3, and I'm going to go under.
I'm going -3 over.
Okay. And that was Shane's Sharp Picks of the Week. Boom, got it that time. Right when the song ends, too. Look at that.
Pretty solid.
Fucking perfect.
It's a
Literal
perfect.
perfect.
It's now at a 2.5, but that's just whatever.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Thank you for saying that, because we were supposed to remind everyone these sprint lines was for the 30th on Tuesday, of course. So could change by the time that you get around to it.
Yeah.
And also when I pulled them up, it was around 1 to 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
In that range. So even within the 2 hours, it could have changed. So
yeah. Because as of right now, it's 43.5 too.
Okay.
But, I mean, my pick would have been the same.
Yeah.
So.
All right, let's run through some last little things here. Our fantasy league, Nate's 10-2, J-Max 9-3, Tony 7-5, Brady 7-5. With the surprise upset on Nate, Brady got that dub, and he made sure to post it for us, saying that he's not dead. Brady, I'm sorry, you're still dead, bud. You don't have Derrick Henry because you will not make it. That was your good luck charm. You're done. It doesn't matter what happens now. You're done. You're gonna lose. Jimmy is 7-5, Dave 6-6, Tyler 6-6, and I am 3-9. I did get a win.
Damn.
I got something going for me.
on the road to redemption.
Yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it. My goal, my only goal at this point, is to dominate the losers playoffs. I will win the losers playoffs. I'm gonna go ahead and mark that down right now. I am going to win.
I'll probably take a loss pretty damn quick.
I'm gonna dominate the losers playoffs. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that out there.
We're going to end up playing week 1.
Good. I'm gonna fucking kick your ass.
Who's 7 again?
7 is you.
Who's 6?
Dave.
That's how I play this week.
Yeah, you're gonna beat Dave. I'm pretty sure. Dave's got way too many injuries, dude. Way too many injuries.
Yeah,
that poor guy. He's got way too many.
This man's got every roster spot filled up, and he's got 112.
Yeah, dude, he's fucked. He's fucked. His team is hurting.
He has Swift. He has
I know he's got
A.J. Brown.
Yeah, who's now obviously on IR. He's got Aaron Jones, who's going into a bye. I mean, this dude's
he's got C-Mac.
He's got C-Mac, who's now done. He's got Chase Edmonds, who's on IR right now. Like, this dude's fucked. Like, he's done.
That's a lot of red on his team.
I know, he's fucked. He's fucked. Fuck quick fantasy thoughts.
Yeah,
I don't care anymor.
I gave up.
I did too.
It's just.
But if you do, there may be someone on our Twitters a little later on. That's gonna be at Tyler16,
at AlexLight23, and then at Terrible Football Show, and at is it I am Razor _? Or is that the?
It's _ I am Razor on Twitter.
The other way is the Twitch. That's right.
Yep,
okay.
Yep.
Yeah, got it. Mix that up.
Sorry, the way my Twitches was already taken some fucking.
The way your Twitch is set up,
Yeah, it is what it is, right? But hey, you can also go check us out at Twitter, because we will have the College Bowl picks that you can join in and compete against us. And once again, there may be a prize.
There may be a jersey that might be autographed, depending on who.
If that's the case, Tyler's the one supplying it, not me.
If there's enough people if there's enough people that join in, and we can get some interactions with it week to week through comments and stuff like that on YouTube, I'd be willing to submit a first through third place winning prize, whether it's money or
a pristine auction.
Whether it's money or jerseys through Tyler or something. We'll figure something out.
Through Tyler. I like how you made sure to make that plug.
Hey, if you're an LSU fan and you don't really care who the player is, I have a Miles Brennan picture. It might be. Hey, if you just want it, just to have it, I have one.
There you go.
That I might let go for the third place winner.
There you go. Shane, I think you actually still need to join that, don't you?
Yeah, I'm going to join it after I get my haircut today.
Okay, cool.
This man can't join it right now while he's got his phone open.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm still sticking to script, guys. Okay, I'm still got that pulled up.
Fair.
Man.
All right, boys. We're gonna wrap things up. So, what's for dinner tonight? What's the dinner plans?
I had tacos yesterday.
That's what's up. Tacos are always good,
Dude,
I love me some tacos.
Got this cheese dip, right?
All right.
It's
I'm getting kind of hungry.
I'm looking at Shane over here because I know he speaks this language. It starts with a C and ends with a Q or a CQUE. Cook. It's a cheese brand. Not Chihuahua, obviously, but it's the other one.
Cojita?
Nope, it's the other one. Click. Fuck me. Okay, it comes in a block at Walmart, right? And you heat it up and you add some milk.
I know what you're talking about. It comes in like a red and green package.
Yeah, the green package is the
Yeah.
jalapeno.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name right now. But yeah, it's
cake or whatever.
It's fire for some dip.
Man, you remember when I used to get that 5-pound cheese? I think that was apartment. 5-pound cheese from Harps. It tasted just like that. Dude, my tacos were fucking fire last night. I started cooking, right? And I'm about to put the ground beef in there. And I look, there's no fucking taco seasoning in the house. So I made an extra little can of refried beans because I'm like, dude, there's no fucking hope.
That's why you make your own seasoning, man.
Dog,
True.
I was
paprika, some Cajun.
I agree.
I was deep in this motherfucker, dude, and I did not.
You were full every inch in right now, just
Every
balls
inch.
deep, baby.
Every inch. And I was sitting there. I'm like, you know what? I even put the damn taco shells back. I was like,
Give it up.
I'm like, dude, it's just gonna be bean burritos with some cheese dip on top at this point. And my sister's like, I go get the damn taco sauce. So, hey, that shit was fire, dude. I cannot tell you the last time I've had Old El Paso taco sauce. Because I usually, man, I go Kroger. I'll be getting that Kroger brand. I'll be getting that Great Value brand. This shit was fucking different.
Hit different.
This shit hit different.
Last night I had some homemade steak and chicken fajitas.
Ooh.
Damn, we was eating some. What was you eating?
Thanksgiving stuff still. I polished it off finally last night.
Yeah, my dad finished that fucking Sunday, so.
Man. I polished mine off last night.
Okay, so speaking of Thanksgiving, my first plate at Thanksgiving, right?
Oh, yeah, we gotta address this with your deviled eggs journey.
So I put 2 eggs. I put 2 eggs on my plate, right?
Man, I did more than that for my first plate.
I put two pieces of ham.
Okay.
I got 2 rolls.
Okay.
My second plate.
Trademark Tyler dinner.
Yeah. My second plate, the exact fucking same. I didn't eat anymore.
Damn.
I only have 4 fucking eggs.
How does that make you feel, Tyler? Do you feel old?
You know why I did it? Because I knew I was taking my plate home. So I ate about fucking 17 eggs when I got home. I'm talking, dude. Every time I went in the kitchen to do literally anything, I opened that fridge, I'll just grab me 1 egg, you know.
Living the life.
And then as I go to shut it, I'll grab another egg.
There you go.
Gotta hit that.
Yeah,
toothpick.
because like as soon as you open it, the egg's in your mouth, right? And then as soon as you close it, you got to grab another one from
Hey,
one.
that's swing around.
Yeah, you got to grab one for the walk away.
Dude, I forgot how much I love eggs that have been in the fridge.
Oh, there's nothing like it,
Dude.
I'm
talking like
it's a different level.
The only thing that can compete is cold chocolate. You know, put chocolate in the freezer for a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
hits.
cold Reese's. Oh my god,
Oh.
Kit Kats.
It's a different level, man. Get some white Reese's, you know, throw them in the fridge, throw them in the freezer. Oh man, it hits different.
No, Twix. Twix is a whole nother level.
Frozen Twix, man. That was my go-to at Dollar General. Man, me feeling Revis, every damn. We just reach over there, just grab it. We did pay for it.
Dollar General only paid for it. But as far as tonight, as these boys already heard from my mother, she's gonna be cooking me some. Fried pork chops and scalloped potatoes.
After this dude just ate some torta.
Yeah, I literally just had an al pastor torta like
Goddamn.
an hour ago.
Tore it up.
Tore that bitch up.
Yes, sir.
That first bite, man, I thought I had to get
He was
out
on
the room, man.
He was on a different planet.
I was ready for it.
He was about to start stripping.
Man, my not need to put you in that couch.
I don't know what's I don't know what's first off, it's a futon. Second off, I don't know what's dinner night for me. Maybe just pizza. Frozen pizza.
Frozen pizza. What kind of frozen pizza?
I have a couple of Kroger brands because they are
Dude.
fucking fire. I don't care what anyone says. Their pizzas are legit.
Dude, that bacon pizza?
Yes. Dude, I don't care what anyone says. Kroger brand pizzas are fucking fire.
What's the worst pizza you ever had?
That's tough.
That is real tough.
I think it's the Marty special with no cheese.
That's true. That's fair.
I mean, I've never had it, but it sounds disgusting with just no cheese.
A buddy of ours despises
Papa Marty.
cheese. Despises.
He would get them little, the little things at Kroger where they're like $1, come like this. You got a little meat, cheese.
Yeah.
He would not eat the cheese, and it'll piss me the fuck off.
He hates cheese with a passion, and he has like the most sensitive taste buds in the world. Where the guy would he would talk about like when he'd go get like wings at Buffalo Wild Wings, he would always order the wings naked with the sauce on the side, and he would dip the tiniest little speck of the sauce, and it was perfect. I never fucking believed him until I saw it in person. But sure enough, he would just barely dip it in, eat it, and it was perfect. He'd barely dip it in and get a little too much. He'd be like, "Ooh, that's too much. That's too much."
Man,
he's one of the weirdest dudes and the most fascinating human beings on the face of this planet. And because of that, I do actually have a podcast with him coming out in the near future.
You've said that for 3 months now.
Well, I haven't started with him yet. Because I wanted to see how things were going to go, outside of life and stuff with doing 3 shows a week right now.
Yeah.
But me and him, we are going to be recording a podcast called Mornings with Marty because his last name is Marty Mooring, so it's kind of a play on his name.
It's going to be pretty solid.
And the title, the inspiration of the title is also a play on the book, flashback for everyone who may have read this book in school, Tuesdays with Maury, if anyone knows that book. It was a book that we had to read in 10th grade, where it's just a story about this elderly man that was towards end of life, and this guy that was kind of seeing him and everything. Which Maury would just tell his life story basically. That's basically what Mornings with Marty's going to be, is telling Marty's life story. Which this is like like those Dos Equis commercials with the most interesting man in the world. Fuck that guy. Marty is the most interesting man in the world, and it ain't close.
Boy, Marty, that's right there.
It's to the point where I told our buddy Josh, shout out to him, my co-host Animan Plus, about Marty, and Josh Stone Cold did not believe me that Marty was an actual person, and he was dead ass determined that I made Marty up. And even after he met Marty, afterwards he flat out said, "I don't believe that's Marty. I believe that's some guy you told to come here and say he was Marty. There's no way this guy that you told me about's real." I'm like, "You fucking met him. Like, what do you mean?"
Marty's a character,
dude.
man.
He is. I can't wait for that show. But anyway,
I'm hyped for it.
Speaking of show, we need to wrap this one up. Any last words? Any last thoughts as the music plays on our way out of here?
Last 3 projections for the Hogs: Outback, Music City, or the Citrus Bowl. Which I think the Citrus is going to go to Kentucky, so we'll see how that goes.
Outback's probably playing in Wisconsin. That's what I seen last. That'll be a hell of an event.
I have no bowl predictions on this. I have not looked, so I have nothing to predict right now.
Well, you might get to play Penn State since we both suck now.
We both stink, yeah.
I was hoping it was going to be Arkansas, Penn State, but
Tyler Van Dyke going to tear you up.
Well, we ain't got no defense coordinator, so probably.
Ligma. Anyway, so yeah, any last thoughts, Tyler?
Hyped to go see that Spider-Man movie with y'all.
True, did buy the tickets. That was a fucking nightmare, and that's a story for a different day.
Oh yeah, apparently I was watching a video by exclusive Awesome on YouTube.
Yep.
He does like trailers and like Easter eggs for all the trailers that come out. And he said that he tried to buy his tickets on every big.
Yep. Everything crashed.
Everything crashed.
I've never seen anything like that.
Never seen it.
It was like it was like me trying to buy my PS5 last year.
Yep.
Never seen anything like that for a movie. In-game was so fucking easy. It took I had enough time for in-game to make like 5 phone calls in the time when in-game tickets launched. Like, hey, you want to go see in-game? About to buy some tickets. You want to go see in-game? No, Spider-Man. Fuck that. That was terrible last night.
What time did you end up buying?
I woke up at 5 a.m. and I bought the tickets.
See, I woke up at 5 and I looked and I was like, damn, there's a lot of tickets available.
Did you get my extra one?
I got 9 tickets.
You can only get 9 up to 9.
I bought 9 tickets, so we're good.
Also,
Anyway,
appreciate you for the
What time?
what's this place?
7:10.
The
Cool.
display.
Yeah.
Appreciate the display.
Shout out to display.
Yeah. Appreciate Alex for the display. You got me an Arkansas Razorback one. When I buy my own house, it will definitely be hung up in my studio.
Bet.
Most definitely.
I hope
Look
to
at
see
this,
it,
bro.
I hope to see it whenever I tune into your Twitch streams in the future.
Yep, it will. It'll be
Can't
right
wait to
there
see
next
that.
to my other ones.
All right. Well, hopefully, if you made it all the way to the end of this, I know this was another long one. Hopefully, you did make it to the end. If you are, you're an absolute legend. We appreciate the hell of you. Make sure to go follow us on Twitter because, once again, we are going to be doing the bowl picks where you can compete against us. That link will be down in the description below, and you can also go check out Twitter where I'm talking shit about it right now because I'm going to go perfect. How many bowl games are there?
I
A
think
lot.
37.
There's more than that, I think.
Yeah, there's more. There's 48 bowl games.
I'm going to go perfect
God damn.
regardless. Anyway, until next time, guys, have a good one. See you.